The veteran KK Matheny, the 19-year-old phenom Dakota Hughes, Jacksonville and Atlanta for the Eastern Conference title. Now,
we are the best team in this league, and we're going to show it today by ground and pound and beating them into submission. They say, help me up. I say, hell no. Put your foot on their throat and don't take it off, even if they turn purple. Today is our day. Today is our day of reign of terror on this league. This is a dream that you've been waiting for.
NFL playoff action has come to Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome inside the factory, everybody, for LFL Football Night Eastern Conference Championship Edition. I'm Chet Buchanan. He's the coach, Bobby Hugo. This game being seen in over 70 countries around the world. And the question a lot of LFL observers have is, how did Atlanta get here? We saw them earlier in the season. They looked pretty good, but they were playing Toledo, and everybody looks pretty good against Toledo. How'd they end up in the Eastern Conference Championship tonight?
Chet, people forget they made the playoffs last year. They lost their head coach, however, and their quarterback. There's a lot of turmoil during the offseason, but they brought in a new head coach, Dane Robinson. Really strict, military style, worked well in the locker room, brought this team together playing great football right now. But the story of the year is the rookie, the 19-year-old quarterback, Dakota Hughes. She's a rookie, but she's already a legend. In one of the game's seconds left, she throws a bomb, a touchdown against Omaha to win a game with a broken wrist. She needs to play big tonight against a strong Jacksonville team.
On the other side, that Jacksonville team on paper, they are loaded. A great roster on both sides of the ball. They've had a long layoff coach that may affect their performance tonight. We'll have to wait and see. Now on offense, as it is for many teams, it starts with the quarterback, KK Matheny. She's only 5'3", but she's got a rocket arm. She's a great leader. On defense, they love their safeties in Jacksonville. Lauren Ziegler may be the best athlete in all of LFL USA. The other safety's pretty good too. A three-time all-fantasy LFL superstar, Adrian Purnell. Then the X Factor for the Jacksonville squad, Sage Steinmetz. They love to have her carrying the ball. She's an MVP candidate, deservedly so. She's the one that's been carrying the mail all season long, and she is not disappointed. We're ready to go. The Eastern Conference Championship at stake. Let's lace them up. Let's buckle the chin straps. Your kickoff is next. Atlanta, Georgia, the site for the Eastern Conference Championship. LFL Football Night. Going to be a great game tonight, Coach.
Chad, who would have called that the road to the Legends Cup is going through Atlanta? The Atlanta Steam, one game away from the big show.
Sage Steinmetz will kick off for Jacksonville.
Chet, she might become the MVP of the LFL. She's nominated to be not only the MVP, but the most valuable offensive player also.
Your Eastern Conference Championship for the LFL. It is on. The ball gets by the receivers into the end zone. Naz Johnson will pick it up. She's swarmed under immediately by Anya Brown. That'll be a touchback.
Great play by Anya Brown. Downtown Anya Brown, that is how to play the gunner position. You're on the end, you have to contain, and then get after the football. She swarmed Naz Johnson.
Back from the injury, the 19-year-old phenom Dakota Hughes at quarterback for Atlanta.
Solid stats. We know she's got a gun. 9 out of 17. Quarterback rating 85. Look for her to go deep and often tonight, Chet.
Broke the wrist in the final regular season game earlier this year. She says she's 100%, and she learned a lot more about coaching and strategy while she was out. Let's see what she can do here on the first play. First down, she'll throw from her end zone. Looking down the near side for D. Salter. Off her hands, incomplete.
Beautiful pass on the money. Should have been caught. What a pass by Dakota Hughes. Starting out the game, going deep. That should have been a big play for Atlanta.
See Coach Dane Robinson loving it because they got nothing to lose tonight.
When you talk about Cinderella, you're talking about a fairy tale. Nobody in Atlanta's team believes the season's a fairy tale. We're the only people that believe in ourselves, and we like it that way.
I love Dane Robinson. The way he coaches reminds me a lot of Vince Lombardi, Chet.
On second down, they give us to Naz Johnson. Makes a tackler miss and out to the 10-yard line. Tough, hard yardage for Naz Johnson. That's what Atlanta needs to see tonight.
Coach Dane Robinson said he's going to start off on the ground, giving it to Naz Johnson. See how they can attack that defense in front of Jacksonville. Adrian Purnell almost made the tackle in the backfield. She recovered and made the tackle, but deep down the field.
A manageable 3rd and 5 for the Atlanta offense. Give it again to Johnson. Won't get the first down there. Kara Bryant and Adrian Purnell quick on the defense for Jacksonville.
Naj Johnson, 144 yards, 6.9 per carry. She is tough. She is also a police officer here in the city of Atlanta, Chet.
Early on, a 4th and 1 for Atlanta, deep in their own territory. Early in the Eastern Conference Championship on LFL football night.
I would not be surprised at all if Coach Robinson gave it to Johnson one more time to get this yard.
Pretty early to put the ball in the hands of the 19-year-old quarterback. They will give it to Johnson. Will she get the first down? Yards after contact, and they say yes. First down, Atlanta.
That's tough to do right there. Adrian Purnell, watch her come up. She has Johnson stop right there, grabs her by the helmet, but somehow Johnson pulls off fantasy Adrian Purnell for the first down.
The Atlanta drive continues at their own 17-yard line. Give it to Johnson again. Left side this time. Adrian Purnell shoves her out of bounds after a 1-yard gain. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. Now let's meet the Atlanta Steam offense.
Keon Harrison, your center.
Ashley Pope, tight end.
Stormy Monroe, tight end.
Naj Johnson, running back.
Jody Nettles, wide receiver.
Coco Montgomery, wide receiver.
Dakota Hughes, quarterback.
This game is going to come down to the arm of rookie quarterback Dakota Hughes.
Jacksonville jumped offside. That'll be our first penalty of the night. Our referee is Andre Lowe.
There's no foul on the play for defensive offside. 2nd down.
They didn't call it. They thought it was an offsides on the D, but they waved it off, Chet.
I don't understand. How do you wave that off when she jumped into the neutral zone?
She must have got out of the neutral zone in time.
Hughes will throw on 2nd down. Her 2nd attempt of the day is complete. Jody Nettles makes the catch along the out-of-bounds barrier. Sierra McMillan had the pressure for Jacksonville. That's what Atlanta needs to do in the passing game.
Watch her feet. Great quarterbacks throw with their feet. There was nothing there down the field. She checked down, got a solid game in the flat.
2 throws for Dakota Hughes. 2 really good balls right there, huh, Coach?
She throws as good as anybody in the league, with maybe the exception of Ashley Salerno in Los Angeles.
3rd down and 3. Hughes on the option. She'll keep it herself. Get out across midfield. Sets up another big 4th down.
Jacksonville coach Damon Jones would love to see that play every time. You take the running back, that makes the quarterback, Dakota Hughes, run the football. They would love to see her running linebackers all night because she's coming off that big wrist injury she had, Chet.
Halfway through the first quarter in the Eastern Conference Championship, Jacksonville hasn't even touched the ball yet, as the Atlanta offense will try to keep this drive going with a 4th and 2 just across midfield. Hughes will throw this time. Now she'll run. Can she get to the sticks? Yes, first down, Atlanta.
That's what she gives you. She can not only throw the ball, but she can win with her feet. She doesn't look great running with her feet. She doesn't run like Salerno. She kind of runs like Tom Brady, but she gets the job done.
That Atlanta sideline is fired up, but look how calm offensive coordinator Mark White is, giving instructions to his young quarterback as they keep that Atlanta drive going now. 1st and 10 from the Jacksonville 21.
A lot of people think Mark White might be one of the next head coaches here in the LFL.
Handoff to Naj Johnson. Get a couple of yards, maybe 3 inside the Jacksonville 20 down to the 18.
Watch Adrian Purnell. She reads better than anybody. She might be the premier linebacker / safety in the league.
We mentioned it in pregame. A lot of people will tell you that this Jacksonville team is absolutely the most talented on both sides of the ball. And a lot of people really like the play of Adrian Purnell. Good play there. Now Atlanta has a 2nd and 7. Hughes on the read option will run. Down towards the 15-yard line. Just a little bit at a time. 2 yards here, 3 yards there. They called that in the old Hank Stram clip, matriculating the ball down the field.
Matriculate
Coach.
the ball down the field. I used to do that with Hank Stram, but I'm still questioning the call right here. You got a quarterback that is a great thrower. You need her to throw the ball, and you're running option plays with her.
Maybe to keep the Jacksonville defense off balance. Maybe they haven't shown a lot of that this year.
Obviously, but you don't want your quarterback getting nicked in a game to go to the championship.
3rd and 5. Hughes will throw. Pulls it down. Now she'll deliver. Oh, almost a pick 6 for Adrian Purnell. 4th down, Atlanta. Let's beat the Jacksonville D.
Lauren Ziegler, free safety.
Sheltrice Turner, cornerback. Sierra McMillan, your corner.
Adrian Purnell, your strong safety.
Sage Steinmetz, defensive end. KB Bryant, defensive end. Dino Jowski, middle linebacker.
This team is loaded on defense, but the key, I think, is the play of Lauren Ziegler. She can do it all. Interceptions, tackles. She can run it on offense, catch on offense. Probably the best all-around player in the LFL.
Another 4th down for Atlanta and almost picked off again. Sheltrice Turner had the ball go off her hands, but regardless, Jacksonville will finally get their shot on offense. Their quarterback, KK Matheny, coming out onto the field. We asked her which team she'd rather face if they win tonight.
We know we're ready to play either LA or Chicago, but at the same time, we can't sleep on Atlanta tonight. So I know that it's my job to light a fire under my girls' butts.
I'm glad she clarified that, because that's the kiss of death to talk about the team you might play next week. Her stats right there, not that great. 50% passing, rating about 50, but you have to worry about Atlanta tonight. Don't worry about LA or Chicago. They have to play big tonight.
On 1st down, Matheny will throw. She's flushed out. Now she'll dump it down. Pass goes incomplete. Look at the veteran, though, staying under control. Little extracurriculars after the play. But Matheny looked good right there.
They were trying to throw a shuttle pass underneath, but that was totally stuffed. She came back outside. A good read, but Atlanta was all over Jax on that play.
Coach Dane Robinson knows just how quick Jasmine Stills was to making a big play. Lee Harden had an effect there for the Atlanta defense as well. Now it's 2nd and 10. Time running down. This is only the 2nd play for Jacksonville, as you see, with only 37 seconds left in the 1st quarter. Handoff, Sage Steinmetz with her first carry. Out across midfield, shoved out of bounds after a gain of 12 yards. 1st down, Jacksonville.
Here we go again, wow!
Whoa, throwing punches. Stina Wojcicki for Jacksonville there. Looked like Lee Harden threw the punch for Atlanta.
You don't want to fight hard. She's a boxer, a pro boxer, also in the Air Force. But you got to love the way Sage Steinmetz runs the football. One of the best north-south runners in the LFL.
And with that, we are at the end of the 1st quarter. The Atlanta offense had the ball for 6 minutes and 53 seconds, but came up empty. Now Jacksonville knocking on the door. It's the Eastern Conference Championship, LFL Football Night. The Eastern Conference Championship, LFL Football Night in Atlanta. Inside the factory, we're scoreless heading to the 2nd quarter. I'm Chet Buchanan with the coach, Bobby Huco.
I'm anxious to see KK and this K-Gun offense start opening it up.
1st and 10 from the Atlanta 22. They'll give the ball to Sheltrice Turner. Inside the 20, a gain of 3 on that play.
What I love about this Jacksonville offense, they have a slew of offensive weapons. We don't see much of Sheltrice Turner, but she can carry the rock as good as anybody on this team.
We haven't seen much of Jacksonville at all. Atlanta had the ball for 6:53 of the 1st quarter. That was only the 4th offensive play for Jacksonville.
Right now, Dane Robinson has got to be giddy about this score. If they can keep it like this through the game, Atlanta's got a chance to go to the Legends Cup.
This Atlanta crowd starting to make a little noise. Matheny will throw on 2nd down. Had a receiver open, just overthrew Bryn Renda. Let's meet this Jacksonville offense.
Lauren Ziegler, wide receiver.
Bryn Renda, wide receiver. Angie Williams, tight end.
Adrian Purnell, tight end.
Dino Wojcicki, your center.
Sage Steinmetz, your running back. KK Matheny, your quarterback.
The key to this game for Jacksonville will be KK Matheny. You know you always get a solid game out of Sage Steinmetz, but Matheny, she has never won the big game. She has to step up tonight.
On 3rd and 7, stretch play to Steinmetz. She breaks through the secondary, down inside the 5. 1st and goal, Jacksonville.
Sage Steinmetz is the entire complete package. You cannot stop that girl. When she starts up, I don't care how many defenders go off her. Watch this. Just give her the football. Great blocking up front. Big hole, 1, 2. She just runs right through this Atlanta defense.
Atlanta defender went flying by. 17 yards on 3rd down. 1st and goal for Jacksonville at the Atlanta 2.
They have to come up with an answer for Sage Steinmetz. She'll be doing that all night, and Jacksonville will be going to the championship.
As you said, Coach, a number of weapons for the Breeze offense. Will it be Steinmetz? Will it be Turner? It will be Turner up the middle. She's stopped. The Atlanta defense stiffens inside their own 5.
Shar Fuller, watch her keep Jacksonville out of the end zone. She is the beast of the East. She always comes to play. But this ball, watch it, Chet, it might have come out.
Lee Harden will come away with the ball.
I'm telling you.
There's the hit.
There it is, it's out. The ball is out. That should be Atlanta football.
And Lee Harden falls on it. You may have seen her at the bottom of the screen right as the play was ending initially.
If Jacksonville wins this football game, that is humongous. That should be Atlanta football right now.
The officials called Turner down at the 1. Wow. There was no fumble, so it's 2nd and goal for Jacksonville. They lost a yard. Now there's a fumble. Matheny will fall on it, and they'll lose yards back to the 5.
That looked like a rookie mistake by KK Matheny. You're supposed to hand the football off. You don't slam it in somebody's belly. Watch this. She slams it. She actually misses Steinmetz. Not a good play by KK.
She completely missed the running back. I don't know that I've ever seen that.
You hand the ball to the running back. You don't slam it like that because that's what happens.
And that may be because they've had so much time off. 3rd and goal now for Jacksonville at the 5-yard line. Steinmetz around the left side, breaks 2 tackles to the goal line. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Now that is a good running back right there. She gets through the blocking, but right here it's like a Coppertone commercial. Her drawers come down and she still gets in the end zone.
Jacksonville strikes first. Steinmetz doing the worm in the end zone. The Eastern Conference Championship. First blood goes to the Breeze.
Remember that fumble, Chet. That was huge. That should be Atlanta football going the other way. But no, Jacksonville's on the board.
And Jacksonville will go for the 2-point conversion from the 2-yard line.
Not a happy bunch in Atlanta right now. They know they had the football, and here it is. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Coco Montgomery and the Atlanta defense see what they can do here to try and keep it at a 6-0 deficit. In the shotgun, Matheny will pull it down. Trick play, halfback pass. That's Renda in the end zone, and it's good. Lauren Ziegler with the pass. Bryn Renda with the reception. 2-point conversion is good.
That might have been the ugliest 2-point conversion ever, but it worked.
The Eastern Conference Championship starts out advantage Jacksonville. LFL football night. Back to Atlanta for the Eastern Conference Championship. LFL football night. Atlanta held on to the ball for a long time but didn't score. Jacksonville quickly into the end zone. This is kind of what we expected.
Totally. For Jacksonville, absolutely. Give the ball to your running back, Sage Steinmetz. Let her do all the damage, and that's what happened on the last drive.
Dakota Hughes, first down from her own 15. She's flushed out of the pocket, and she'll get swarmed under. Tried to get back to the line of scrimmage. She'll lose 1.
Looked like a broken play right there. Everybody was scattered, going all over the place. Watch, Dakota didn't look confident at all. Down in the pocket, now she runs. No good blocking. I don't think anybody was sure what that play was.
Looked like they were trying to roll her out, and Jacksonville just blew the play up.
Again, whatever it was, it worked for Jacksonville. Purnell was all over her.
Dina Wachowski got credit for the sack. 2nd and 11 now. Hughes going deep, has a receiver. It's caught! Coco Montgomery, a 30-yard gain. First down at the Jacksonville final 6.
Watch the touch on this pass by Hughes, right on the money into double coverage. A great catch by Coco Montgomery, and here we go. This team is rolling.
She loves Peyton Manning, she loves Drew Brees, and looked every bit as good as either one of them with that throw. 1st and goal for Atlanta. Hand it off this time. Naz Johnson brought down in the backfield. Great play by Kara Bryant.
Kara Bryant, she's got a great work ethic. She comes into play every game, solid defensive player. I would go back in the air right now if Dakota Hughes is on fire.
Naz Johnson and the Atlanta offense with a 2nd and goal. Dakota Hughes has gotten the play from the offensive coordinator, Mark White. You like going to the air here, Coach?
Right now, absolutely. After a loss of one little play action pass, spread them out a little bit. They're looking for another run.
Hughes in the shotgun. Bad snap. She'll just have to fall on it.
Smart play there by the quarterback. Dakota Hughes just fall on the football, tee it up again, but the center, Keon Harrison, has got to get the ball up. You can't make mistakes like that in a big game.
You hit it on the head there, Bobby, though. The 19-year-old made a really smart play there. A lot of folks, when you're down that close to the end zone, they'd try and pick the ball up and run or do something with it, and she just fell on it, lived to fight another day.
With the weapons they have, her arm and the running back, she got 2 more plays to score.
Still 3rd and goal now from the 12-yard line. Hughes with an empty backfield. She'll throw to the end zone. Almost picked off.
Great play by the backside corner, Janita O'Connor. Watch this, in a trip set to the right. So the backside corner, she shuffles in. That's fundamental football. Great play by O'Connor.
We stop them now! We win this fucking game!
There may be a lot of truth to what Adrian Purnell says right there. This is a huge 4th down.
Absolutely. A stop here. They get the ball back, then they can go up 2 scores. She might be 100% right.
A big 4th and goal. Hughes will throw over the head of her receiver, Stormy Monroe. Adrian Purnell said they needed a stop. With an 8-point lead, they'll take over on downs. And earlier this week, we asked Adrian Purnell what she thought of Dakota Hughes.
I get so aggravated when I hear about Dakota. Absolutely nothing impresses me about her. She had one lucky throw that won them a game that they should have lost. So no, nothing impresses me about her.
So far tonight, I have to agree with Adrian Purnell. Hughes' stats not good, not impressive at all. 2 out of 7, 48 rating. Not a good night for the rookie.
She started out looking pretty good, but then things have gone downhill. Maybe the second half, she'll be able to finally connect with her receivers. Jacksonville will start on their own 12. Back to Steinmetz on 1st down. A nice 7-yard gain there out to the 19.
Sage Steinmetz, she's going to be buying dinner for that whole entire offensive line. Wachowski, McMillan, Turner, they're blowing out Atlanta right now.
That's not good news for Atlanta if Jacksonville and that running game starts rolling. Inside 2 minutes to go in the first half of the Eastern Conference Championship from Atlanta. It's LFL football night. A gorgeous summer night in Atlanta, Georgia. It's the Eastern Conference Championship. LFL football night. Chet Buchanan and Bobby Hugo. Jacksonville with an 8-point lead and the ball. 1:25 to go in the first half. From their own 19, it's 2nd and 3. Backs in I formation. Matheny play action. Looking deep. Down the field, receiver got tied up, still makes the catch. Wow, Bryn Renda does it again for Jacksonville.
Sometimes when your receiver is covered, you underthrow the football, and the DBs go flying by, you come back and catch the football. She wasn't trying to underthrow it, but it was very effective. Bryn Renda, her go-to receiver, she has to play big for the rest of the night.
Don't kid yourself. Post-game, she'll say that was back shoulder. Steinmetz on 1st down. She'll gain a couple down to the 7.
That's what Atlanta has to do. Take Steinmetz out of the game, force the ball into KK Matheny's hands.
Timeout, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville calls timeout with a 2nd and goal coming up from the 7. Let's see what the Atlanta defense has planned. Here's Coach Dane Robinson.
Hold! 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 Bend but don't play. Bend but don't play. You need penetration up front. Penetration up front. Make it happen. All right? Go through your checks. Go through your checks and calls. All right? You have to adjust down. need penetration, all right? We're up on the ball, nose to nose, it's mano a mano now, all right? We're going to go straight to the
We talked about his military style, how intense he is. Did you see the eyes on his defensive team staring at him? Sometimes when you watch a team huddle, everybody's eyes are looking in the crowd all over the place. They were focused right on him. They buy into his system.
That's why Dane Robinson is a potential coach of the year in the LFL. And when we talked to him earlier this week, he was saying how sometimes it's not always about the X's and O's. It's about getting your team to play together as a team.
That's what it's all about, how to elevate your team without the X's and O's.
2nd and goal from the 7 for Jacksonville, trying to extend on an 8-0 lead late in the first half. Matheny looking to the end zone, has a receiver short of the goal line. Lauren Ziegler made the catch at the 2. Clock ticking, 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Great read by KK Matheny, a timing route to Ziegler. They came with a blitz, she saw it, a quick out, great play.
An injured player on the field for Atlanta, that's Lee Harden. That works in Jacksonville's favor.
It's actually a good sign. It's not a serious injury, it just looks like a cramp, Chet.
So if Atlanta has to have an injury, I guess you're glad it's a cramp. But you don't want an injury. You don't want anything stopping the clock right there. 25.6 to go in the first half. You're already down 8. Jacksonville has already called their timeout. They need to hurry to the line. You've got a chance to stop them here. But now Jacksonville gets a chance to gather themselves, call a play, take their time.
Yeah, but you have to give props to Alfie Gore. I mean, she wants to be a physical trainer. She got rid of the cramp and got one of her star players back in the game.
3rd down and goal to go late in the first half. The Breeze up 8 in the Eastern Conference Championship on the road in Atlanta. Matheny is in the shotgun. Looking to throw. She's flushed out. Still looking. She'll throw to the end zone. Had receivers there. Adrian Purnell got knocked down just as the ball got there. Shar Fuller made the hit for Atlanta.
KK Matheny looking like Johnny Football, but that brings up probably the biggest play of the season for Jacksonville. They need to get in right here, and for Atlanta, they have to somehow come up with a stop.
A 4th down at the 2-yard line. 1 play left in the first half. It doesn't get any bigger than this. They'll hand off to Steinmetz. She trips and goes down short of the end zone. Atlanta's defense holds on 4th down.
That was incredible. Key Harrison tripped Steinmetz. That wasn't even a tackle. It was a trip. I guess that's the only way to get Steinmetz down.
Atlanta will take over on their own 3-yard line. You see it on the screen, less than 5 seconds left to go, 4.7. Dane Robinson and the Atlanta defense is pumped up, and they should be, Coach.
That keeps them in the game. Robinson has to be fired up about that defensive stop. No matter how they got Steinmetz down, they got Steinmetz down. Now Atlanta has a chance to tie it up here with 4 seconds left.
There's still an entire half to play, but you're right, Coach. Going down 2 scores against this Jacksonville team could have been a nightmare for Atlanta. 1 play left in the first half. They'll hand off to Naz Johnson. Can she break through? Nope, they'll take her down at the 10-yard line, and that'll be the end of the first half. As the extracurriculars continue.
Adrian Purnell.
Can I tell you something? I respect you as a captain, right?
Adrian Purnell, she talks trash to everybody. She talks trash to the monsters under her bed and the voices inside her head.
Coach Dane Robinson fired up, a heavy underdog coming into the Eastern Conference Championship, only down 1 score, and his team just had a huge goal line stand. Halftime festivities coming up on LFL Football Night.
Offense, I'm going to pick my stuff up. Everybody else is doing a great job. I have so much time up front. Great job blocking. Great job receivers getting off the ball. I have thrown terrible balls. That's on me, okay? The reason we're down is me, okay?
A very grown-up, a very mature 19-year-old Dakota Hughes reassuring her teammates and taking the blame for an Atlanta offense that did not score any points in the first half. Welcome back to halftime at the Factory in Atlanta, Georgia, the Eastern Conference Championship LFL football night. I'm Chet Buchanan with the coach, Bobby Hugo. And coach, the Atlanta offense did struggle in that first half.
Absolutely. The rookie quarterback was only 2 out of 7 in the first half. You can understand it, having some nerves, her first playoff game, playing at home here in Atlanta. She has to calm down, let the game come to her, and not force those interceptions. I was really impressed by the Atlanta defense, though. They held it high-powered Jacksonville offense to only 8 points in the first half, and they had that tremendous goal line stance at the second half, which might end up being a big factor in this game.
As you said, the Jacksonville offense high-powered, but only 8 points. It's been all Sage Steinmetz in the first half. Number 11 racked up 43 yards on just 6 carries. On the other side, Naj Johnson, only 23 yards for her on 7 carries. The Jacksonville defense has been the story here. They're the number 1 defense in the league up against that number 1 passing offense for Atlanta. As you mentioned, only 2 completions. The Jacksonville D has been blanketing Atlanta's receivers. So as we head to the second half, what do you see as being the keys for which team's going to get to the Legends Cup?
For Atlanta, it's obvious. You have to get that passing game going. Like I mentioned, short passes, get her on a roll, then fire it deep. And for Jacksonville, do what they're doing. Pound the rock, give the ball to Sage Steinmetz, and that defense keep that pressure on the rookie quarterback.
With all of that in mind, let's take a look at the first half stats.
They're really even. Both sides are playing great on defense, but the key to this game is to get that number 1 ranked passing game of Atlanta on track to having a chance to win this game.
Still anybody's ball game. 16 minutes separating Atlanta and Jacksonville from the Legends Cup. LFL football night, your second half kickoff is next. We are ready for second half action in Atlanta, the Eastern Conference Championship on LFL football night. Jacksonville with an 8-point lead, and they'd like it to be more. Chet Buchanan with the coach Bobby Hugo. Let's take a look at those running backs again.
Sage Steinmetz, solid as always, 7 yards a carry. Naj Johnson having a problem finding holes tonight. Nas started out strong, had a good first series, but that Jacksonville defense is stout.
The top-ranked defense in the LFL, and they've shown it here in the first half. Atlanta with a quick kick to start the second half. Jacksonville will take it at the 2. That's Sheltrice Turner, and she's taken down hard by Coco Montgomery. The ball is loose. Atlanta's on top of it. Was Turner down before the ball came out?
Wow, I think so. I think that ball was out. This is humongous. A great cut outside. She doesn't have the ball tucked. What a strip from behind. Great play. I think Atlanta's got the ball.
Sure looked like the ball came out. Sheltrice Turner hit hard by Coco Montgomery.
Running backs are taught to hold the ball high and tight. Don't let any space, any air between the football and your body. She had it out. I think that's a fumble, Chet.
And Atlanta would like to agree with you, Coach.
That ball go! Challenge it! It's a fumble! Challenge it! Challenge it! Give him the ball! Challenge it!
Coach Robinson knows it's a fumble. I think it's a fumble, Chet. He's taking his football and going home.
That's all ball! That's all ball!
Jacksonville fans would beg to differ, but the officials are going to look at it.
Watch the football. It's not tucked. See the space? That should be high and tight. Great play by Coco Montgomery. Watch her left arm. Secures the tackle. Right arm comes over behind, strips the ball. Great play by Coco Montgomery.
And you see the nose of the ball moving as the player hits the ground. The ground cannot cause a fumble. This is really going to come down to referee interpretation here.
The nose of the football was moving before her back hit the ground. It's going to be a fumble.
The runner fumbled the ball before it was down by contact. Recovery by Atlanta. First down Atlanta.
A huge call by referee Andre Lowe and his crew early in the second half.
The first play of the second half, Atlanta gets a turnover, change of possession. Right now, if I was Coach Robinson, I would go for the jugular.
Hey, we need to reset the clock. Hey, we need to reset the clock, then. Your clock ran off, we need to reset it.
They might get a couple of seconds back on the clock, but I think it looks pretty close. We'll go with 7:23 in the third quarter. Dakota Hughes and the Atlanta offense is already on the field with a first down deep in Jacksonville territory at the 15.
I can't tell you how big that turnover is. That's a game changer. That could totally affect the outcome of the game tonight.
Massive turn of events. First play for Atlanta, handoff to Naz Johnson. Sage Steinmetz meets her in the backfield, a 7-yard loss.
Steinmetz is playing with reckless abandon. You can tell she's a little upset about that call. The fumble call, she's taking it out on the Atlanta running backs right now. This defense is outstanding.
Second down and 17.
This is a really tough position for the rookie quarterback. Second and 17. You almost know she's going to throw it, but she can't make any big mistakes.
And she will throw. Far side. Had a receiver open, but at the last minute, Sierra McMillan came back and made an outstanding defensive play.
I love the way Hughes delivers the football. A great play right there by Sierra, but the ball was right there. It was almost a touchdown for Atlanta.
Closing speed by Sierra McMillan. Great play there to save the touchdown. And now Atlanta's in a hole, 3rd and 17.
Tough call again. What do you do here, Chet? You don't want to turn the ball over. You don't want to risk throwing against a tough secondary, but you got a rookie quarterback with a gun. This is going to be interesting.
Hughes in the shotgun, looking to throw. Pressure from the edge. She'll run now. Gets positive yards inside the 20-yard line. But certainly makes a tough 4th down early in the third quarter.
Another interesting call. A good call right now. It's 4th and 13. You can't punt in LFL football, but if you take a shot deep, if it gets picked off, it's almost like a punt, and Jacksonville gets the ball deep in their territory instead of having it at the 18-yard line.
Somebody send a message to Dane Robinson. That's smart thinking right there, Coach. Hughes on 4th down. She will throw up top to the end zone. Ziegler will pick it off, and she should have knocked it down.
Just what I was talking about. You throw it up because you hope if it does get picked off, now they get the ball on the 5-yard line. If she knocks it down, they get the ball on the 18-yard line. Ziegler's a great player, don't get me wrong. They're taught to catch the football, but it's a great call on the offense because if the offense catches it, it's 6 points for Atlanta.
Either way, Jacksonville's happy, an 8-point lead, and now they have the ball back, and Atlanta is still scoreless. Eastern Conference Championship, second half on LFL Football Night. Back to Atlanta in the Eastern Conference Championship on LFL Football Night, where the #1 passing offense in the LFL is still scoreless.
8-0. I wouldn't have called this score, but I'm telling you, Jacksonville's not playing solid football right now.
They've had a long layoff, and it definitely is showing. They've got a little bit of ring rust, but maybe they can break out of their slumber here after the turnover. Nope, a bad snap back into the end zone. Matheny's going to have to take a safety. Now Atlanta's on the board, and maybe things will change.
You hit the nail on the head. This team is rusty. They've been playing a long time, and plays like that show it. Basic snap goes right over KK's head. Safety, Atlanta's going to get the ball back. This is another humongous turning point.
At this point, I think if you're Atlanta, however you can get points, whatever you can do to get some momentum, is there question on the field of whether this is a safety or not?
It shouldn't be. It's definitely a safety.
Play with the safety.
You can feel it. This place is rocking. The momentum has totally changed. Even though they're down 6, this crowd is rocking. The players are rocking. Atlanta's back in the game.
You're right, Bobby. Look at that look on Damon Jones's face. The Jacksonville team is stunned. The Atlanta team is excited. This crowd here at the factory is starting to get loud. We may have just seen the turning point in this Eastern Conference Championship.
Look at the players' faces. There's no fire in Jacksonville, and I hate to say this, Chet, but every year Jacksonville on paper is one of the best teams in the LFL, but they get get in moments like this, and they seem to choke.
Sage Steinmetz kicking off for Jacksonville. She'll boot it. Looks like it's going out of bounds, and it is. Everything going wrong for Jacksonville in this second half.
Mojo's totally changed. Steinmetz, one of the best kickers in the game, kicks it out of bounds. Unbelievable.
Go back to that big hit by Coco Montgomery, forcing the fumble. Now Atlanta's got some points. They've got some confidence. Let's see what the 19-year-old quarterback can do.
The leader of this defense, all fantasy player, Adrian Purnell, has to step up. She's already got 4 tackles, 2 assists. Somehow she's got to get this team fired up to stop the 19-year-old young gun.
The top-ranked defense in the LFL belongs to Jacksonville. Again, a 3-time all-fantasy player, Adrian Purnell. You're right, they need to step up and take control of this game right now. On the other side, Dakota Hughes needs to start making things happen. She's been throwing a good ball all night. She needs to find some receivers. She'll run on first down. Give her a gain of about 4. She's met and tackled hard there. We've been calling Sierra McMillan's name a lot tonight.
That's okay, though. Solid game by the young quarterback. She actually ran right through Sierra McMillan. A solid game for Atlanta. You can feel the mojo in this crowd, though.
2nd down and 6 for Atlanta. Hughes has the play from her offensive coordinator, Mark White. Sage Steinmetz and the Jacksonville defense waiting for her. Under 5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter in the Eastern Conference Championship in Atlanta. This time the handoff. Jody Nettles gets a rare carry. She'll gain 2 to the Atlanta 21.
Jody Nettles, not known as a running back. She has space here. Look, you can tell she got the ball in the wrong hand. She runs really high and gets hit. They should have Naj Johnson in the backfield right now. This is such a key series for Atlanta.
Jody Nettles has filled a lot of roles this year for Atlanta. She played quarterback while Dakota Hughes was out. I'll bet they're happy that Hughes is back now as well as she's played tonight.
Nettles is a great player, though. Don't get me wrong.
On 3rd down, give the ball to Dee Salter. She'll get out across midfield and a first down to the Jacksonville 24.
Dee Salter, that run could not have come at a more opportune time for Atlanta. Now they got some space, some running room to operate.
Everybody looking for Naj Johnson. They give the ball to Dee Salter. She gets 5 yards and a first down. Atlanta's on the board with this safety. Now they've got the ball and a chance to take the lead. LFL football night. Back at the factory in Atlanta, Georgia, the Eastern Conference Championship is eaten up on LFL football night. Atlanta got a safety to start the second half. Now they have the ball and a chance to take the lead. On first down, just inside midfield, handoff to Dee Salter again. She'll get down to the 20-yard line. Give her a gain of about 5 to the Jacksonville 19.
I really like the way Dee Salter runs. She never assumes the play's over. Hard work always beat talent when talent doesn't work hard. Write that down, Chet. Dee Salter's a hard worker.
One of my favorite sayings ever. 2nd and 5 for the Atlanta offense. Now only down 6. It seemed a lot different before they got that safety. The momentum has changed here. Salter again, hit at the line of scrimmage. They're going to give her forward progress to the 17 and a gain of 2.
Chet, very interesting that Dane Robinson keep it on the ground, not letting the young rookie quarterback make mistakes through the air, and they're moving down the field.
KB Bryant made the stop, and you saw she was shaken up on the play. She'll stay on the field for this important 3rd down and 3. The last 3 plays, it's gone to Dee Salter. It'll go to her again. She'll try the right side. Met at the line of scrimmage. They might give her a yard.
Watch Lauren Ziegler come up from the safety position. It looks like Salter's going to turn a corner, but no. Right there, Ziegler knocks her out of bounds. The play of the game right here for Atlanta. Jacksonville needs to stop them somehow.
Sierra McMillan was there again as well for Jacksonville. We say this a lot, but boy, what a crucial 4th down play here for the Atlanta Steam. Down 6 as the clock winds down in the 3rd quarter of the Eastern Conference Championship. The They'll give it to Naj Johnson this time. She is stopped. Anya Brown is there, and Jacksonville will take over.
What a play by downtown Anya Brown. Stopping Naj Johnson in her tracks. Giving the football back to KK Matheny. KK's got to step up, Chet.
Defense wins championships, but at some point, your offense has to get going as well. You've got the #1 ranked defense, but like you said, Bobby, KK Matheny in the offense needs to get something going.
They've held Atlanta to 2 points, and they're actually, let me take that back. The defense is throwing a shutout. The offense is the one that scored the 2 points for Atlanta. Matheny only 2 out of 5, a 57 rating. This is a quarterback's league. She has to play big now.
A quarterback that can throw the ball on time and hit receivers can shred a defense in this league. They'll keep it on the ground on first down to Steinmetz. 6 yards, and she's rammed into the boards by Key Harrison.
I love Sage Steinmetz. Her legs don't stop running, even though her mind wants them to stop. She almost ran right up into the crowd.
Sage Steinmetz, a potential league MVP, has just been carrying this Jacksonville offense. If they can get some other weapons working, they could be really tough for Atlanta to stop. But right now, it's all Steinmetz. 2nd down and 4 now at the Jacksonville 22. Backs in the eye. Steinmetz on the pitch. She's met at midfield, but yards after the catch, and that'll be enough for a Jacksonville first down.
The key to this whole play is downfield blocking. Bryn Renda, great stalk blocking outside. When Steinmetz got outside, nobody was there because Renda had the defender moving back on skates.
Hollyoaks may have been able to stop her before that first down, but Steinmetz just drove her into the secondary. Shar Fuller was finally there to help bring her down. First down, Jacksonville, now in Atlanta territory at the 22. Steinmetz with the carry again. Spins off a defender. Breaks another tackle. Down towards the 15-yard line. Man, is she tough.
Sage Steinmetz, 3 runs in a row. There's no blocking here. Look at this. That's all Sage Steinmetz. One defender actually keeps her up. She gets 6 yards. 3 consecutive plays, 6 yards apiece, 6-6-6. A bad sign for Atlanta. The beast of the East, Sage Steinmetz.
Clock winding down in the 3rd quarter. Matheny calling a new play at the line. Audibling on 2nd and 4. She's got to get the play off. She does. Inside handoff to Adrian Purnell. What a great play. Down to the 5-yard line as the clock runs out at the end of the 3rd quarter. Jacksonville is up 6 and looking for more. The Eastern Conference Championship is going right down to the wire on LFL Football Night. One quarter left to go for the Eastern Conference Championship and a berth in the Legends Cup. Jacksonville with a 6-point lead and a 1st and goal at the Atlanta 5.
At the 5-yard line, you got to go to Steinmetz, Chet. Give it to Steinmetz.
They will give it to Steinmetz. Down toward the goal line, they'll stop her at the 2. A 3-yard gain on first down.
If they can pound this in for another score and go up 2 possessions on Atlanta, it's going to be a very steep hill for Atlanta to climb. Watch Steinmetz. She is such a powerful runner. I love watching her run. She finds holes where there's no holes, gets it down to the 2-yard line.
Alfie Gore is the injured Atlanta player, and all along we've known Jacksonville's always had attitude. The Atlanta's team are not backing off from them at all tonight.
Okay. Hey, man, come on, bro. Hey, don't fucking touch me. Don't worry about it. Don't touch me. I don't touch her. I don't touch her. Fuck you. Let's go. Pussy ass, bitch. Pussy ass. You You fat asshole! Let's fucking go!
It all comes from the head coach, Dane Robinson. He instilled this fighter attitude in his team. They are not backing down to Jacksonville. On paper, truthfully, I thought Jacksonville was going to manhandle them tonight. They are going toe-to-toe, nose-to-nose. This has become a great defensive ball game.
As it starts to get loud inside the factory in Atlanta, the Steam need to stop Jacksonville on a 2nd and goal. Steinmetz again. Steinmetz to the goal line. Touchdown, Jacksonville!
Sage Steinmetz is in a league of her own. She gets hit on the 3-yard line and somehow gets the ball crossing the plane. Watch this. She's down. Boom. Looks like her knees are going down. Somehow she gets into the end zone. That's why she is a finalist for the league MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. She can control an offense all by herself. KK Matheny is not throwing the ball in the air all night.
As the momentum goes back and forth in this 4th quarter, Sage Steinmetz coming up big.
66 yards, 5.9 against a very, very tough Atlanta defense. She is the whole offense tonight for Jacksonville.
Jacksonville will go for 2 here, up 12, early in the 4th quarter of the Eastern Conference Championship. Matheny is in the shotgun. Key Harrison coming off the edge. She'll swarm Matheny under. That 2-point conversion is no good.
Gotta blame it on KK. It's a trip set to her left. Nobody's blocking the cornerback. She knows that. She has time to get the ball off. It's very, very slow. She's rusty tonight, Chet.
And a great blitz call by Dane Robinson, who is also the defensive coordinator as well as the head coach for Atlanta.
That's not even necessarily a blitz. A lot of teams, if the corner is not threatened, they come. There was no threat, no receiver coming out, so they come hard.
If the 19-year-old Dakota Hughes is ever going to step up, she needs to do it now. Let's go into her huddle.
This is it. We have to score. Outlaw. 8-5-4-9.
You can tell she doesn't play like a rookie. I've seen so many young quarterbacks don't take over and sense the urgency of a situation. You could hear in the huddle telling her players, we got to score now.
She's been so close all night. Now can she connect? No. Incomplete pass on 1st down for Coco Montgomery. A great play there by Janita O'Connor.
O'Connor is a great cover corner. The pass was there. I totally love the way Dakota Hughes throws the football, but blanket coverage by O'Connor. She had nowhere to put it in there.
For the most part tonight, Coach, it's not been that Hughes has been bad. It's been that the Jacksonville defense has been that good.
They're not just good, they're great. The only 2 points tonight were on a safety by a mistake by their offense.
This time, Hughes complete to Coco Montgomery. Not a lot of yards, a gain of 3. Adrian Purnell on the defense, but that's a good sign for the Atlanta offense.
Not many quarterbacks can complete this ball. Again, the coverage is so outstanding by Purnell, but the rookie got the ball in for a gain.
Dakota Hughes in the Atlanta offense. Need to get something working here. 6.5 to go. Now 6:20 in the Eastern Conference Championship. That pass is incomplete. Big hit right there by Adrian Purnell again.
This is not looking good for Atlanta. 6 minutes left. You're down 12 points against the #1 defense and maybe one of the greatest defenses ever in the LFL.
And some will say one of the greatest rosters ever in the LFL. Jacksonville is the beast of the East. The season on the line for the Atlanta Steam. 4th down and 7 yards to go. They need to get to midfield. Hughes will throw on 4th down. Looking deep, loops it up, throws the ball out of bounds. Jody Nettles, the intended receiver. She didn't have a chance.
Chet, I hate to say it, but the fat lady's not singing, but she is definitely warming up. Jacksonville's getting the ball with a chance to go up 3 scores with less than 6 minutes left.
The Atlanta crowd wanted pass interference. You don't often get that call in this league.
Not when the ball's that far out, too. But this is not good for Atlanta at all. I mean, I just don't see it. You got the #1 defense, and this roster is flat out loaded with talent. It looks like they're going to the championship unless something crazy happens.
Great runners like Sage Steinmetz, Adrian Purnell, Sheltrice Turner expect a steady diet of ground and pound to try and run out as much of this 5:37 as is left on the clock. Fourth quarter in the Eastern Conference Championship in Atlanta. Jacksonville starts on the ground with Sheltrice Turner around the right side. She's pushed out of bounds after a gain of 7.
Down to the 10-yard line. The way this line is blocking all night long with Jowski, McMillan, Turner, they're blowing out holes for Steinmetz and Turner. This does not look good. If they score here, and I hate to say it, I mean, KK Matheny, she's a veteran. She might be going to her first Legends Cup championship football game.
Dane Robinson shaking his head. He knows how tough this situation is, trying to urge his defense on. KK Matheny and the Jacksonville offense. They mark the ball at the 11. It's 2nd and 3. Clock running under 5 to go in the fourth quarter. Turner again. Nice move inside the 10-yard line. Brought down by Shar Fuller. Not quite to the first down marker.
Great cut by Turner. There's nothing there. She cuts inside, runs the clock down, grinding the clock. Great jump cut and a clothesline tackle. Wow, that tackle's going to take her head off. But here we go. I mean, the crowd can kind of sense it. Almost 4 minutes left, down 12 against the #1 defense. It's not looking good at all for Atlanta.
And that was a vicious hit. Turner's coming off the field. She got hit in the mouth. She'll have to be replaced in the Jacksonville backfield. They've got 2 chances to make 1 yard as we get down to the 4-minute mark in the fourth quarter of the Eastern Conference Championship.
2 chances to make 1 yard, and you have Sage Steinmetz in the backfield. The best north-south runner maybe in the history of this league.
KK Matheny will take her time bringing her team to the line. Boy, it looked like Jacksonville jumped. No call. Steinmetz has the ball inside the 5. Down to the 1-yard line. No flags on that play.
No, they're going to give it to him down to the 1. But you know what I hate seeing right now, Chad? If you watched early in that play, there's people leaving right now. In LFL football, now watch Steinmetz first. She is a beast. No blocking. Boom, gets through 1 tackle. 2, almost gets in. But I saw Atlanta fans walking up the steps right now. In LFL football, you can score quick. I agree, it doesn't look good, but don't leave.
It does look bleak. A 1st and goal for Jacksonville on the 1-yard line with a 12-point lead as we head towards the 3-minute mark in the fourth quarter of the Eastern Conference Championship. There was a whistle that time, and you heard the referee call it. Delay of game on Jacksonville.
I cannot believe it. They're in the 1-yard line going in. There's no way they're going to stop Sage Steinmetz 4 times in a row from getting in, and this game is over. KK Matheny, that's a rookie mistake. Do you ever see Tom Brady in a championship game have a delay of the game on the 1-yard line?
Jacksonville is in control, a 12-point lead, and they are knocking on the door in the Eastern Conference Championship. Back in Atlanta for the Eastern Conference Championship on LFL football night. The Atlanta defense hoping to keep Jacksonville out of the end zone. Jacksonville just had a delay of game penalty on 1st and goal.
You can't do that. You simply cannot do that. I mean, it gives Atlanta a chance. Not that Sage Steinmetz can't get in from the 6, but that's ridiculous.
Steinmetz will get the ball on the pitch. She's hit hard at the 5-yard line. Lee Harden laying the lumber.
I'm telling you, Chet, it's not over for Atlanta. Lee Harden is putting some doubt out there for Jacksonville. Watch this hit. You cannot, it's hard to bring Steinmetz down. There's a whole boom, no blocking from her, but Harden simply destroys her. Corner makes her go inside, and bam! What a play by Lee Harden.
Some of the fans who had started to leave are coming back in from the concourses now. You can hear the crowd starting to get louder on 2nd and goal from the 5 for Jacksonville. Steinmetz again on the stretch play. Nothing there. She slips a couple of tackles. There's a flag down as Steinmetz gets into the end zone. What is the call here?
I cannot believe it. It's coming back, Chet. It's coming back in a major way.
Tiana Lopez for Atlanta is signaling a hold to her bench.
Totally a hold by Purnell.
She doesn't like the call.
How's that holding? She was on the floor. Huh? She was on the ground. How's that holding?
No, you grabbed. You restricted her. She was trying to pull away and you restricted her. She wasn't on the floor. You restricted her. No. You had her. You had a good hold on.
Totally the right call. Look, watch the hold right there. She's pulling her back right there. That's a hold. Sorry, Adrian, but that's the name of the game. You cannot hold in key situations, and you did.
Now it's 2nd and goal for Jacksonville, all the way back at the Atlanta 15. The Eastern Conference Championship is still in doubt. 2 minutes left to go on LFL Football Night. 2 minutes left to go in Atlanta, the Eastern Conference Championship. What seemed certain a moment ago, that being a Jacksonville win, now has a little bit of doubt creeping in. And next week, the Western Conference Championship. Carmen Borso and the LA Temptation taking on the Ferrari Crisdell Harris and the Chicago Bliss. We'll see you at the Pirate Ship.
I cannot wait for that. Those two outstanding running backs, and then rock star Heather Furr going against Ashley Salerno.
Now on a 2nd and goal, Adrian Purnell towards the goal line. Ball is loose. Fumble. Atlanta has it. Can you believe it?
I cannot believe it. They had it 1st and goal on the 1, and now they turned it over. And you know what, though? They're still down 12 points, but I cannot believe they're giving Atlanta a shot. Great run by Purnell. Just finished the run. She gets stripped by Alfie Gore again. Atlanta's got the football. But again, they're going against the #1 defense in the LFL. They have to score twice in under 2 minutes. I just don't see it, but I can't even believe that Jacksonville's giving them any chance.
Alfie Gore got the strip. Alfie Gore recovered the fumble. Dakota Hughes and the Atlanta offense in business at their own 2. Hughes, pump fake, throws long, caught! Jody Nettles with the catch, 36 yards to the Jacksonville 12.
Wow, here we go again, the Cardiac Kids. We saw Dakota Hughes do this against Omaha. Pump fake, goes deep to Nettles. She covered like a blanket, perfect throw by Hughes. Can she do it again? She did this against Omaha.
There's a flag on the play.
Defense, that penalty is applied. First down.
Pass interference decline. Atlanta fans are thrilled it wasn't against them. But let's go back to the 19-year-old quarterback, the gunslinger. That's why she's a gunslinger. Not completing much all night. Bam! They're back in the ballgame.
Atlanta crowd loving it as the steam offense is in business with a first down at the Jacksonville 12. Hughes to the air again. Complete again. Jody Nettles again. Another 7 yards to the 5-yard line.
Do you believe in miracles? Here we go. A play action pass wide open. Jody Nettles goes down, catches the ball. There's still a lot of time left, Chet.
Clock running with 1:20 left to go. The Eastern Conference Championship is on the line. Atlanta needs 2 scores. Dakota Hughes brings her team to the line quickly. On 2nd and 3, she'll roll out to the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta!
Great call. Naked bootleg wide open in the end zone. They're back in this ball game. They can go onside kick if they want. Watch this naked boot mean. There's no blocking for her. Release wide open in the end zone. Great call by the staff of Atlanta. Unbelievable. They're back in it.
Ashley Pope made the reception. Atlanta is back within 6. The extra point conversion coming. Still 1:04 left on the clock. What does Dane Robinson do here?
Just go for 1 because you need 2 touchdowns. But if you get 1 point, then all you need is 6 points to win the game.
They'll hand the ball off to Dee Salter to the goal line, and she is stopped there. Look at that Jacksonville defense swarming the ball carrier under.
Chet, this is simply incredible. It seems seconds ago, this game was over. 1st and goal on the 1 with Steinmetz as your running back. Here it is. It's a few seconds later. You're only down 6 points with over a minute left.
Atlanta goes 48 yards in 3 plays in just 52 seconds to pull within 6 with 1:04 left to go. Obviously, an onside kick coming. Let's go inside the Atlanta huddle right now.
I can go get it. Somebody has to get the ball. Somebody has to get the ball. This is it. I'll go to the job. It's not over. It's not over. You make it play. You secure your destiny in the league. This is what this moment is all about. I need a great ricochet. Play it off the wall. Hey.
Dane Robinson has this team believing that they can get the ball. He said, we have to get the ball. I'm fired up. I feel like getting on the onside kick team to get the ball. This guy is an unbelievable coach. I can't believe he got this team back in the game.
That huddle. You're going at that huddle, all right? Tight to it. As soon as she gets that ball, Riyadh is flying. If somebody's in your way, take him out. All right? It's all about this is our last moment. It's our last gasp for air. Make it worth something. Get the ball back and have a hell of a story to tell. All right?
Again, Coach, not a ton of X's and O's, but what a great motivator.
That's it. That's the difference between Atlanta's team last year, which made the playoffs, and this year's team. They believe they can do anything.
Meanwhile, Jacksonville is calm and confident, but they look shell-shocked right now.
They are. I would be shell-shocked. They had this game in the bag.
Jenny Mack will kick off for Atlanta. Everybody knows the onside kick is coming. 1:04 left to go in the Eastern Conference Championship. You hope for the ball to pinball off of one of the Jacksonville players, and then an Atlanta player will get in to get it. There goes the kick. Goes off the wall. It's loose. Atlanta has it. Atlanta has it. Unbelievable.
I can't believe it. It looked like it hit a seam in the wall and came back. It looked like what happens in a hockey game when the puck hits the crease. I think they totally have the ball.
And this crowd at the factory in Atlanta is going nuts. Tiana Lopez made the recovery. Lauren Ziegler for Jacksonville had a shot at the ball and couldn't hang on.
Lauren Ziegler has the best hands in the league, and she couldn't even hang on. But watch the bounce. It's all about the bounce off the wall. Came right back at Atlanta. They got a lucky bounce. This is a team of destiny. There's no question.
Steinmetz had a shot at it. Ziegler had a shot at it for Jacksonville. It's Atlanta's ball now. 1st and 10 on their own 21 as offensive coordinator Mark White dials up the play for the Steam.
With this quick strike offense, 1 minute and 2 is more than enough time. I just can't believe that they're in a position to win the ball game. Incredible, Chet, just incredible.
Dakota Hughes and the Atlanta Steam offense have a 1st and 10 on their own 21. 29 yards away from a berth in the Legends Cup with 1 minute 2 left to play. Hughes to throw, fires, almost picked off. Dina Wojcicki had the ball and a lot of green in front of her.
Dina Wojcicki, a great player from Pittsburgh, but right here, she's got hands of steel. That could have finished the game off for Jacksonville. You have to make that catch. It's a great defensive play, but you have to catch the ball.
You got to reach up with both hands.
Absolutely.
She only put her right hand up. 2nd and 10. Only a couple of seconds went off the clock. You see there, 58.7 left. Hughes will throw again. Slings it out to the left. Off the hands of her receiver, Dee Salter. Could not hang on.
Dane Robinson has his team so fired up. Dee Salter playing hurt, trying to get Atlanta in the end zone. But going back to Dakota Hughes, the quarterback. As an ex-quarterback, you dream of a situation like this. Less than a minute left. You have a chance in your home field to advance to the championship game. The way she acts, she has ice water in her veins, Chet.
I think every kid who ever threw a football dreamed of this moment. Dakota Hughes at 19 years old gets to live it on 3rd and 10. Blitz coming. KB Bryant is there to knock the ball away, and this is going to bring up the season in one play. 4th down coming up for Atlanta.
Great play by KD Bryant. She got blocked, but she goes up. They teach you if you can't get to the quarterback, go vertical and block it. She did a great play. That's why this team has the #1 defense. 4th and 10. What a situation for a 19-year-old rookie.
The Atlanta crowd comes to its feet. They play the final countdown in the arena. 4th down and 10 yards to go. They need to cross midfield. Hughes will throw. Rolling right. Looking deep to the end zone. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! Nas Johnson! And we are tied!
You've got to be kidding me. There is no flipping way. This crowd can't believe it. What a catch by Nas Johnson, but watch the throw by Dakota Hughes. Look at this. She is so calm under pressure. Delivers a strike across the field over to secondary. Great catch by Johnson. This game is tied up incredibly.
I don't believe it. Dakota Hughes has every right to be pumped on the sideline, but now she needs to gather herself. The all-important extra point coming.
This crowd is shocked. The Jacksonville coaching staff is shocked.
Offensive coordinator for Atlanta, Mark White, needs to get his team together, needs to get them calm, and Dakota Hughes needs to be a leader right here.
This 19-year-old phenom is playing well beyond her years. She is so calm right now, incredible.
The Atlanta crowd again on their feet as the Steam will try and convert to take the lead. Nas Johnson to the goal line. The Jacksonville defense says, not today. This game is not over.
KB Bryant coming up big, stopping Nas Johnson for nothing. If you like defensive football, you love this football team. Both teams, Atlanta and Jacksonville, playing great defense tonight.
Now the Atlanta Steam defense does need to have an answer. Let's listen in on Coach Robinson.
Guys, look at it! Look what we've done! Look what we've done! We're this close! Finish! Finish the game! You are this close away from greatness! You guys have made plays when it matters! It doesn't get more real. There you go.
You gotta believe, and this team believes in Dane Robinson. What a game!
What a coach. I got choked up listening to him. They're that close. You saw the Atlanta fans on their feet. The factory is going wild as Jacksonville starts out 1st and 10 from their own 15.
Hang on. Reset, 25. All right, here we go.
Which only gives the Atlanta crowd a chance to get louder. Matheny on 1st and 10 to throw. She's flushed out of the pocket. She'll have to run. Across the 20, swarmed under by 3 Atlanta defenders. Tiana Lopez got there first after a 7-yard gain.
I love her as a quarterback, but in situations like this, the clock's running. She's got to have urgency, get the ball down the field. She can throw it. She's got to get it out there.
On 2nd and 3, Steinmetz will run, stop behind the line of scrimmage. Yards after contact, out across midfield. Steinmetz, enough for a first down. But there's still 20 seconds left to go, and now a timeout.
Just a basic sweep right there. She could have been put down on the backfield. Steinmetz just brute force gets her a couple yards, but I question that call with 20 seconds left. Matheny can throw the football. It's not like she doesn't have an arm.
Hey, we gotta bring her down. Knock the shit out of her. All right, and. All right, when you go fast, don't get too wide. All right, watch out for the run. Juice, first, put KK on the ground. Safety, watch overhead. Rule number 1, right? Juice first, get a break. Guys, look at that clock. Look at the score. Nobody gave us a chance. God damn it. Leave everything out on this field. I'm begging you. Get a break.
I'm getting fired up. He wants to put KK Matheny on the ground. It's not X's and O's like you talked about. It's basic football. Put the quarterback down.
If there's one person in this building who's leaving everything they have here tonight, it's Coach Dane Robinson. He is giving everything, and I love it.
He's a finalist for Coach of the Year, and he's showing it tonight.
1st and 10 at midfield for Jacksonville. 20 seconds left to go. The Eastern Conference Championship on the line. Matheny play action. That was a backwards pass. Ziegler will throw to the end zone for Renda. Knocked away by Shar Fuller to save the game for Atlanta.
That play was there for a second, Chet. It was a throwback to Lauren Ziegler. She caught it, threw it down deep for Bryn Renda in the end zone for a For a second, there was separation, and then Shar came back and made a great play.
There's enough time for Jacksonville to get all of their plays off. It's 2nd and 10. The clock is their enemy. The Atlanta defense is their enemy. Look at Coach Robinson. He is fired up.
He wants pressure on the quarterback or whoever has the football. That play with Ziegler.
2nd and 10, that is somewhat inconsequential. 25 yards separates Jacksonville from the Legends Cup berth. Matheny goes down. She's sacked. Alfie Gore makes another huge play.
Alfie Gore, she might be the MVP of the game tonight. She is all over the field. Coach Robinson trying to get a timeout. 7 seconds left. Watch Alfie Gore. She makes big play after big play tonight. Gets by 3 Jacksonville players for the sack on Matheny.
Coach Robinson doesn't need a timeout. There's a flag down. This is coming back.
That's great news for Jacksonville. KK Matheny's going to get another chance. I don't know why. She's got 2 great receivers, Bryn Renda and Lauren Ziegler, who is an outstanding receiver. Give them a chance in the end zone. They both don't have to be wide open to come down with a football.
It's 2nd down. That's somewhat important. There's 5 to go. That's not important. There's 7.2 seconds left, and this game is tied. That's very important. And listen to this crowd in Atlanta.
Totally into it right now. What a football game.
Matheny from the Atlanta 20. Under pressure. Throws over the middle. Pass is caught inside the 10. That's Bryn Renda, but it won't be enough. Time is out. We are going to overtime in Atlanta. The most improbable Eastern Conference Championship. Overtime coming up. LFL Football Night. Overtime in Atlanta. The Eastern Conference Championship is knotted at 14. An 8-minute sudden death overtime on LFL Football Night. Chet Buchanan, Bobby Yuko. Overtime with Atlanta and Jacksonville. It is on. Fuller takes the ball off the bounce in the end zone. She's going to bring it out. Across the 5. Down at about the 7-yard line, and that's where Atlanta will start out with the first chance to win the ball game in overtime.
This is fun. The 19-year-old phenom quarterback, Dakota Hughes, with a chance to close it right now. Her stats aren't great tonight. You see her stats, 7 out of 20, 116 yards, 2 picks. One was a Hail Mary, but 2 late touchdown passes to bring him back.
And a legendary 29-yard touchdown to Naz Johnson to send us to overtime. First down, Atlanta from their own 6. Hughes going to run on first down. A designed running play out to the 10-yard line. There's that read option again.
All fantasy stalwart defensive player Adrian Purnell. Big stop on Hughes. Big night. 7 tackles, 3 assists, 10 total tackles for Purnell.
On the positive side, at least positive yardage for the Atlanta offense. Now a 2nd and 6, facing the #1 defense in the league in overtime with the Eastern Conference Championship on the line. Broken play. Again, Hughes will run. She'll get about 4 to the 14-yard line. That was a broken play, wasn't it?
It sure was. She missed a handoff, but I really questioned the play call. Watch, she misses the handoff. She makes a good play out of nothing with a lead blocker, but they got the ball in the end zone by passing it. They're going back to the running game, what didn't work all night yet.
On that stretch play, you've got to stretch and get it out to the ball carrier. She didn't put the ball in Naz Johnson's hands. Now it'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 yards to go. I formation behind Hughes. Handoff again, Naz Johnson across the 15, close to a first down. They're going to mark her no gain. They
Not at all.
Johnson no yards on that play at all. And early in overtime, a big 4th down coming up.
A really conservative play selection by Atlanta to start this overtime. You got a gunslinger, let her throw the football. Now it's 4th and 2. Wow, this could be a huge play for Jacksonville.
The #1 passing offense in the LFL. The #1 defense in the LFL. 4th down. Conference championship on the line. Hughes to throw deep. Picked off. Lauren Ziegler picked off the pass, but maybe another one of those situations where she should have just knocked it down.
Exactly right. I mean, we almost knew what they're going to. If they're going to not run the ball, throw it up. If they pick it off, it's like a punt, even though there's no punts in the LFL. Jacksonville, instead of having the ball deep in Atlanta territory, has it way back on their own 3-yard line.
So that's where Jacksonville will begin with 5:31 remaining in overtime. They have a chance to win the ball game and go to the Legends Cup.
Let's go, on one.
KK Matheny, 50% tonight, a rating 70, but not a big night at all for Matheny.
Can she win the big ball game? The game is in her hands now with a 1st down from her own 4. Matheny will hand up. Steinmetz, barely gets out of the end zone. Could you imagine a safety to win the conference championship?
It was there. She had the safety. Watch this, off the edge. What a play. She's tackled in the end zone, but she is such a bull. She somehow gets out of the end zone.
Alfie Gore made the hit to bring her down. Very nearly tackled in the end zone by Key Harrison. Wow, that was close. And Jacksonville breathes a sigh of relief.
Keon Harrison almost ended the game right there, Chet. Got to hand it to Steinmetz for getting out of the end zone.
A loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 12, now back at their own 1. Steinmetz again, brought down again at the line of scrimmage. Look at this Atlanta defense answer the call in overtime.
They had 7 players on the line of scrimmage. Both safeties came up to blitz. I can't believe KK Matheny didn't check off and go to Ziegler or Renda. It could have been a 6. Watch this. They're all at the line of scrimmage. Nobody's deep for Atlanta.
Atlanta not at all known for their defense in the regular season. Stepping up when they needed it most. Another yard loss, 3rd and 13.
Really surprising they came with a 7-player blitz. Everybody came on Matheny. She's a veteran. I'm surprised she did not check off and go deep.
At about the 1.5-yard line, 3rd down for Jacksonville and a whistle. Can it get any worse for Jacksonville right now?
They're going backwards. The offense has really done nothing except for Sage Steinmetz.
That'll put their heels on the goal line at their own half-yard line. Still 3rd and 13. This Atlanta crowd has gotten loud in the factory. Steinmetz again. Wow, almost brought down in the end zone again. She barely gets out across the 1-yard line. Jenny Mack made the play for the Atlanta Steam defense.
They came again with an all-out blitz. Both safeties came up to the line of scrimmage, and they're pushing Tampa back. Matheny needs to check out and go deep.
Now it's 4th down. Do you throw here, coach? If it's incomplete, Atlanta has the ball on the doorstep. If you run, the chances are that you won't make the 12 yards, and you're still giving the ball up deep. Listen to this Steam crowd at the factory. 4th down. Matheny will throw. Knocked away. Atlanta will take over on the 2-yard line. Shar Fuller made the play for Atlanta.
KK Matheny actually had her open early. If she would have delivered a strike, it would have been a 1st down. She allowed Shar Fuller to get over there and defend the play.
Talk about coming all the way back. At the 2-minute warning in the 4th quarter, we were punching Jacksonville's ticket to go to the Legends Cup. Now the Atlanta Steam in overtime have a chance to win the ball game. 1st and goal at the 2. Full house backfield. Handoff inside.
Get your fat ass down.
Lee Harden with a loss of a yard. That was Dina Wojciechowski telling her in no uncertain terms to get on the ground.
They're fired up. Watch this #1 ranked defense. There's nothing there for this Atlanta team. No running game all night long. I'm not sure if I would keep trying to run. You have a quarterback that's mobile, made a little play action with a pass-run option.
#1 passing offense in the league belongs to Atlanta. #1 defense in the league belongs to Jacksonville. A 2nd and goal from the 2. The Atlanta crowd knows they ought to be quiet, but they can't help themselves. Cody Hughes will throw to the end zone. Ashley Pope! Atlanta is going to the Legends Cup!
Unbelievable call. Great call. It's that same naked bootleg. Two receivers were open the end zone with such a good fake that Dakota Hughes could have walked in. Watch this fake. She could have walked in the end zone. Two receivers open. I cannot believe they came back and won this football game.
Janita Okada was there for Jacksonville, but not in time. Dane Robinson, get into that crowd and celebrate with your fans. You're going to the Legends Cup. What a game.
Jacksonville, I would not want to be on their flight home tonight. I can't even imagine how they feel. They had this game in the bag. First to go on the one, up 14-2.
And then inside the 2-minute warning, that's when the Atlanta offense came to life. A fourth down, improbable 29-yard pass to Nas Johnson. Jacksonville goes 4 and out in overtime, and the Atlanta Steam are going to the Legends Cup. Next week, the Western Conference Finals. We'll see you in LA. LFL Football Night. Our producer is Connor Schofield. Our director is Brian Castaldo. Our executive producer, Mitch Mortaza. For the coach, Bobby Hugo, I'm Chet Buchanan. The Western Conference Finals await with Chicago and the LA Temptation next week on LFL Football Night.